Oh gosh, nope, 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 nope. And yep, that did not go well at all. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back. I am your host with the most, the Chronic Toast, and today we're diving right back into BeamNG.drive. That's right, your favorite of the soft body physics simulators for vehicular mayhem. So today we're taking a closer look at Downhill Rally. The description text here states, try out the ETKI rally car on a mixed stage across Utah. Now, the difficulty for this is medium. The authors are BeamNG. Creation was July 25th of 2016, so a little bit newer than some of the stuff we've looked at. Of course, on the Utah, USA map, and there are 0 goals other than completing the series of checkpoints. So let's get stuck in and just see how difficult or not this may be. All right, so here we are loaded in, and the text for this particular scenario states, start from the top of the mountain and reach the bottom in a race against the clock. Now, of course, we're going to press the start button. We're just kind of meander away as we talk about this. Let's take a look at this car. This looks pretty cool. Sounds good. Drives pretty awesome. I like it. Slides around a little bit there. And I feel like it's a 4-wheel drive car, but I'm not really sure if the power split is a bit more on the front end or the rear end. We'll have to see. This looks really fun. I like it. Oh, yeah, this is cool. And good to know the signs there, and we roll it right off the bat. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we have rolled the car over. The stop signs, the speed limit signs, they do not have any collision mesh, so we're not necessarily going to be wrapping ourselves around those in particular. Likewise, a lot of the yellow and orange signage up there that you have, kind of the barriers, we can drive through that just fine. But as you can see, this car is going to be a little bit squirrely, as the rally cars usually are in real life. We'll see how that factors into the BeamNG drive physics, but we're going to give this our best shot in third-person view automatic mode. Then we're going to go to in-person mode to see if we can do better. And if needed, we'll try out manual mode. It really depends on if we can complete this scenario or not. So without further ado, we're here to do the thing that we're all here to watch, which is a lot of failure. Let's rev it up, let's dive on in, and let's see how crazy this goes. Ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Immediately popping the e-brake, driving through the stop sign. Everything's fine, nothing to see here. Everything is all right. We'll be taking a left-hander up here, so try to slow down a little bit. We do not have ABS, it feels like. The car really wants to kind of grab and roll. And, ooh, this is going to be a little bit interesting. 41 checkpoints. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Yeah, the front end wants to grab and the back end just steps out. This is going to be an interesting ride. And if anyone's curious, I have not gone through and pre-run any of this. So we're really just trying to get this car to handle the way that we want. Really a little bit of brake, throttle, and e-brake to get this thing to pivot. Really, I feel like when you stab the front brake, it really just wants to kind of scoot around. Not really sure what we're doing here. Okay, we're going to the right. That's all right. And let's see if we can't get this thing to go around. This is all right. This is a lot of fun. There's a lot of blind hills here. This is a really good rally course. Oh, gosh. Nope, 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 nope. And yep, that did not go well at all. We'll turn the car off there. I don't need to wreck the engine more than we have. You can see the engine bay there with a pretty nice cool little engine in there, little filter and all that stuff for the air intakes. This could have been really, really bad. Where are we actually going here? Let's take a gander down here if we can get the camera to cooperate. So we're going through this area up here, through some ruins. Not too shabby, not too shabby. We're going to reset here, ladies and gents, and we're going to try this again. 41 checkpoints is a significant amount when you're dealing with a rally race, especially within BeamNG Drive. So we're going to try to tone it down just a little bit. Our goal is to complete this. And if we can, we'll send it a little bit harder when we do first-person view, when we get a little bit better sense for how the car is going to handle as well. So we'll just see how this goes. I'm pretty excited. I'm pretty stoked. Hopefully, keep this car in one piece. Even just doing this, just tapping the front brake, it does not want to turn. It just wants to lock up and do some weird stuff. So we'll see. We might have already damaged our suspension a little bit there. But fingers crossed we'll get through this. It'll be all right. Feel like we're already pulling a little bit there to the left. Oh gosh, oh gosh, oh gosh. Yep. Really should be able to adjust the bias on this. Now, if we were in free roam, we could kind of tune this car and set it up a little bit more to our liking. Get the brakes potentially a little bit more balanced on out. Right now, I feel like they're either way too far forward or they're way too far to the rear. It really depends on how the physics is set up for this car, and I'm not quite sure. Now, it could also be that we're having just weird difficulties with the way that the differentials here, because this is a four-wheel drive car. It may be splitting the power front to rear in a weird way. Not really sure. This is cool. Not really sure what that was supposed to be. Some sort of factory or I don't know, mine or water system. I'm not really sure. We got to watch out for these rocks here. 9 out of 41 checkpoints. This is a pretty cool course. This is actually really, really nifty. I like this. Now, of course, you really want to push it hard to go faster, but if you do that, you're really going to run the risk of running off the course. And so there's going to be a little bit here that you have to really focus on taming your ambitions to your skill level and really get a good understanding and feel for what the car can do. And right now, I am not that confident what the car can do. Really, if I try to slam on the brakes a little bit too hard, it really reacts in a way that I'm not expecting. And just kind of got me a little bit on guard here. That being said, it sounds good. It looks really good. Feather the throttle there. It's not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. 16 out of 41 checkpoints. This is pretty darn cool. I'm liking this. I'm liking this. Let me just tap the throttle there. I think we definitely there's weird stuff happening. So when we let off the throttle and tap the brakes, you can see that our engine is actually damaged. It looks like we over revved. So there's some weird shenanigans going on, I think, with the transmission here. And I'm not really sure, but we're just going to keep going. That's one of the cool things about rallycross, stuff like that, is if the vehicle gets damaged and you're still in it for like the year long, the season long. What's the wording or phrasing? I'm not really sure. But if you're in it for the huge long-term goal of finishing and building up points, you're going to keep trying to get going, especially if you have the funding and the resources to pull out a secondary car for the next series of races, or if you have, oh gosh, there we go. Or if you know you've got the parts to fix it, just send it, get the completion, try to keep the points built up so you can go after that championship at the end of the series, which is always a lot of fun. Now, a lot of times what you'll see, at least with lower series of racing, like for example, I think it's LSSPR. I think I probably have that wrong out there. Thinking about the Lake Superior Rally Series that they have through the upper Midwest area. Especially there, you got a lot of people that go for the entirety of the series of that, as well as some locals that enter, which is always a lot of fun. And really, the locals, they're going for the one race or the series of, gates and stuff like that, the series of segments for their run. They're not going all the way across the Midwest. They're not doing a bunch of other stuff necessarily. So they're either going to preserve their car and have a lot of fun, or they're going to go for broke just to try to get the best time possible. So, yeah, it's always a lot of fun. With that being said here, this particular car scheme reminds me of some stuff from the 80s, maybe the early 90s. I'm not up to speed that much on the rally stuff, so ladies and gents, if there's anyone out there that really kind of understands what this car reminds them of in terms of rally stuff, please post it in the comment section down below. I'd really, really love to get your ideas on that so I can learn some more about it. Rally stuff is a lot of fun. Here comes a jump. There it is. We got some air. Oh boy, that upset the car greatly. 36 out of 41. We're getting so close. Let's just focus on finishing. Focus on finishing. We got to cross here. Get the car turned. There it is, going across the water crossing. Here it is. Bada bing, bada boom. We made it through. Feeling like the car really kind of wanted to skip across that water rather than forward on down through it. Here we are, big left-hand corner, 30. Oh boy, that was bad. That was almost really bad. 39 out of 41. We're almost there, ladies and gentlemen. We're coming up on 4.5 minutes. Can we complete it without wrecking the car? Fingers crossed. Here we go. Oh, got it going through here. Oh gosh, that's bad. And there it is across the line. 4 minutes and 30 seconds, 0.45. Not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. I'll take that. That's a pretty darn good lap. Now, we did baby it a little bit. We could have gone a little bit faster. But at the same token, I feel like if we pushed it a little bit harder, at least in that third-person view with the automatic transmission and the third-person camera, we would have made some mistakes that we might not have recovered from. We had a few hairy incidents already. So we're going to go to the interior of the car, and we're going to retry it, and we're going to see if this goes a little bit better. It might not, and that's all right. It's all part of the fun. Again, post in the comment section down below what your time is from this particular scenario if you've run it before, or if you see this scenario and you decide to try it out, let me know. Let me know what you got, and let me know if your car finished in one piece, if you had a few wheels missing, and how it went. That stuff's always a lot of fun. So without further ado, first-person view, automatic transmission, let's rock and roll. Here we go. Rev it on up, and bada bing, bada boom, and launch. Boom, there we go. And definitely feels a little bit different. Harder to get a good feel for how this rolls. Gotta be careful. Yeah, we tap those brakes a little too hard, and the car The front end just wants to set and then skate rather than brake. I don't know. It's weird. I don't know if it's because of a lack of so it's called ABS, automatic braking systems, or if it's something else going on. Oh gosh, we are all cattywampus. Immediately, we almost went over the cliff. Oh, and we're going into the reverse already. This is not good for our lap time or our particular stage time. Stage is the word I'm looking for these segments. That's definitely for sure. What I would love to do is try to get like an off-road Baja truck or stadium super truck, like from Robbie Gordon's series, and try to run through this. That'd be a lot of fun. And I think we're going to get a chance to try some of that stuff here in the near future. A number of episodes for these scenarios and vehicles later on down the road, because I believe they are working to add one of those sorts of vehicles here to BeamNG.drive if they have not already. So I'm pretty excited about that. Basically, a pre-runner truck or a trophy truck, as it's sometimes called. All that stuff's a lot of fun. Really, really a lot of fun. So we're trying to do this a little bit better. We are being very, very cautious and at the same time very aggressive. It really depends on if we know we're coming up to a segment that, oh, if bad stuff happens, bad stuff happens. So we rolled the car almost. Here we go. Let's see. Are we still good? It seems to be okay. It's definitely pulling to the right. That's not helpful. I don't know if something is broken. It doesn't feel fantastic, but we're still going. So we're going to keep on trying to do what we got to do. Just got to remember that our left-hand corners are not always going to be that great. I'm wondering if when we went up on those two wheels, if we actually folded in something in either the right front or the right rear wheel, the suspension. But we're not going to get a chance to stop and check it out unless we really, really wreck the car. And we're going to gun it. We talked about the car takes some damage. You just keep on going. That's the goal. And we're going to keep trying to take that effort really to heart here, and we're just going to kind of send it as much as we possibly can. Now, some of these areas that are easier to see in third person are really more difficult to gauge in first person, simply because it's more difficult to see the road ahead. We do have the benefit of having run through this for the first time really in third person view, so we are going to be a touch faster just in general, simply because, oh gosh. Yeah, that was almost bad. We're going to be a little bit faster simply because we're a touch more familiar with the course. But really, most of the time that you would find gained, I've found is largely down to just, you get a better sense for the car and how it's handling, as well as just kind of generally how it's skating around the track or the roads that you're driving on. Again, we don't really know where that goes. Yeah, this is going to go into a left-hand corner. Brakes, e-brake. There it is. It ran a little bit long. If we were more tied into this car and we're a bit more familiar with it, we could probably definitely be doing some really, really cool drifts around these corners, really feathering the throttle, even more so if we had a wheel and pedal setup. But at the moment we don't. We're really just kind of doing what we can to make this work. And yeah, so far so good. We're doing all right. 27 out of 41 checkpoints. Gosh, it feels like we should be further along. But that is part of the nature of this. These are very, very, intense and somewhat scary segments to run through here for these stages. Brakes and e-brake around here, gets the throttle going. There it is, not too far out. We don't want to smack the rear end of the car on that rock on the outside. That would definitely ruin our day for sure. So seesawing back and forth on the wheel, feathering the throttle, full throttle, then burping it, just trying to get the car to settle and turn is really the name of the game here. Really trying to lay off the brakes as much as possible, which is slowing us down, right? If you're able to effectively use the brakes and throttle as well as your gearing, you're going to get the best possible lap times regardless of what style of racing you're on. Here we go for airtime. And that right front just does not feel great at all. Oh gosh. Yep. We need to go in reverse here. We definitely missed that. Here we go across the river. Doing all right. Again, our engine is a little bit damaged, probably from some sort of over revving, probably the automatic transmission. But here we go. We're coming up here pretty close. We're doing some stuff. Getting around the corner, hopefully, fingers crossed. There we go. Not too shabby. Up the hill, trying to get it to go, trying to get it to gun through there. There we are. Not too bad. And yeah, trying to get a quick eye here. It looks like our car is relatively intact. So 4 minutes and 40.95 seconds. That's not too bad. I'm pretty darn happy with that. That's pretty darn cool. So we're just going to kind of let this car free roam a little bit here, get a better idea of what's going on with this front of this car. It might just be that the toe's knocked out just a little bit. Everything else generally seems okay. So Yeah, that right front just a little bit out, a little bit cattywampus. Yeah, that's all right. Ain't nothing to be worried about with that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for stopping on by. It's been a blast. It's been a pleasure. I really, really think I love this sort of stuff. It's a lot of fun. And so, as always, I've had a bunch of fun doing these scenarios. I'm going to keep on doing a few more. We got a bunch of newer ones coming up, which are always going to be more exciting. Some more chases, some more adventures with newer vehicles here to BeamNG Drive, especially as we get into the 2019, 2020, and 2021 years for the scenarios that have been released, which is always, always a blast. So thank you for stopping on by. It's been a pleasure. It's been a blast. I've said that a few times, but I really do mean it. And if you like this content, hit that like button. If you really want to support the channel, hit that subscribe button. It really does help. And as always, as we find a way to wreck this car, I will see you next time. Have a good one.